Thank you.
Perhaps if you had asked the question, and you can answer any way you want, that where does Mashaba come into this, as in jurisdiction and his powers, you may well have come to a different conclusion about the decision to arrest him if you found he was acting out of jurisdiction and outside his powers. Do you have any view about that?
No, at all.
Thank you.
And I thought just crossed my mind because when I was engaging you on how we would have acted had you known otherwise, I suddenly discarded the information relating to a May 2021 consignment. I should not have discarded that. That was actually crucial in terms of how you would have acted had you been aware of certain facts.
Oh.
Because what that does is to show, especially that May consignment, it actually shows the concern that these people had about receiving that consignment. And this Alpha is even saying, if anything goes wrong, then we are in trouble. Basically saying we must receive that consignment. And it's apparently two private individuals interacting. And that had nothing to do with Mr. The so-called informer, with Mr. Nku giving information to his handlers. He's actually talking to people who appear to be the people to receive the drugs. Do you see what I mean? So that tells you that one cannot, when it comes to the Eritrean past, that suddenly Nku is no longer concerned with receiving the drugs. If he was concerned with receiving the drugs with regard to the May consignment, it must be the case, or indications at least are that, even with regard to the Eritrean past, he still wanted to receive the drugs. But as I say, I'm posing my question in the context of how would you have acted had you been aware of all these facts? You've already commented. I'm not expecting a response.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I'm just giving you the full picture.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Director, to be fair to you, this is not a question. I'm just bringing to your attention that Mr. Makano's superior deposed to an affidavit much later probably, where he makes it clear that as a commander he was not aware of the operation since Mr. Makano's duties are office-bound, and that is in accordance with his performance enhancement plan. So his job is to be in the office and analyze statistics. He should not be opening containers outside of jurisdiction. Okay.
Director, just to be fair to you, I think through our own engagement, you did at least indicate that even without having the information that was relayed to you about the text, from your own interaction with Mr. Nku, you had some misgivings about him. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes. And I think the follow-up question would have been that in that case then, surely you should have treated whatever that he gives you, or at least the people that he feeds information to, perhaps with some element of caution, I suppose, to put it lightly.
Commissioner, it was difficult without having to hear the other side of the story, because if we had the copies of the docket, we were going to know as to what was the other people on the other docket are saying. So we only had one side of the story.
Yes, no, I accept that. My question is that if already the source of the information itself is questionable, then the sequence of that information itself should be treated with some level of caution as to how that information is handled going forward, at least from your side, to say, well, Mashaba is receiving this information from someone that I'm already wanna use the word suspicious of, reservedly so. Surely that should trigger a bit of a red flag in going forward to say the very source that I spoke to, that fed the information to Mashaba, and then he relates to the rest of the guys. I'm saying that kind of information should, I would say, raise a red flag at the very beginning to say the very source of information is questionable.
Commissioner, it did, but the thing is, if the police, they don't want with the docket, it's like they were hiding something. So we don't know whether our suspicion by just interviewing this person alone, it was going to be enough. And honestly speaking, 70% of our complainants are always like dodgy at IPID. So most of the complainants, they are dodgy. So, but it doesn't mean we mustn't follow their complaint. We follow their complaint. We can either make negative or positive recommendations, general recommendations, or sometimes even policy recommendations.
Hence my earlier statement to you that's the very reason why you should guard against this iPad being used or being weaponized against the police, regardless of the source of the complaint.
Yes.
Yes. I think we are just wrapping up on a section dealing with the allegations.
Okay.
So let's wrap that up. My understanding is that at least the three complainants, they raised these allegations against General Kadwa, Brigadier Sekhobela, Colonel Stein, Captain Sebola by then, and General Khan. And they opened a case of defeated the ends of justice.
Yes.
My question to you is that, in your understanding, were these allegations raised against them individually, or is it something that you approached as a matter of them having acted in concert, or as one would say, in common purpose? How did you understand the charges?
I understood that they acted in common purpose, because if you check, the first person who arrived at the crime scene was General Khan, who took over the crime scene and started giving people direction as to what must happen. And then General Khan, in his statement, he indicates that he handed over the scene to General Kadwa. And then from General Kadwa, now the scene was with Colonel Sibula. So, however, Brigadier Sekhobela, Colonel Stein, and were also there at the crime scene.
But my understanding is that, for example, they are not from the same unit, are they?
General Khan, yes, is from Crime Intelligence, and
Yes.
the other members, they're from DPCI.
Yes. So I'm trying to understand, how did you then arrive, and I'll tell you why I'm asking this question, how did you then arrive to a conclusion to say you were going to investigate this as a common purpose?